Hi, this is Vape and Juice TV. I'm David, and this is our tutorial series on how to change a coil on a kit. If you've got a kit that's proving particularly troublesome, stick around and we'll show you exactly how to change it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to change the coil on a Smok TFV Mini V2. I've got one attached here to a Smok Species kit. So if you're not sure how to change the coil on one, when to change the coil on one, this video is probably going to answer it for you pretty quickly. And in fact, it's not just going to help you if you've got a Smok TFV Mini V2. If you've got any of the Smok TFV tanks, this guide will show you how to change a coil on those and when to change a coil. So let's attack it. So let's get the box out of the way. Oh, nice little display piece. Right, we've got the tank here. I'm just going to unscrew it from the body of the kit. I like to do that because sometimes when you're screwing it, unscrewing it, what can happen is it can just get tighter and tighter and tighter in the actual kit and ruin the threading here, and that can cause you problems. You don't want to damage your actual battery base, so let's move that out of the way. I always like to get a bit of tissue at hand if I'm changing a coil over, and all we do is we just hold it tight at the top, tight at the bottom, and we just unscrew it like so. So I've got the top opening up here. Just unscrew, there we go. Right, so the top's unscrewed. You can actually remove the glass. This has got the double thickness glass. Don't know why I'm telling you that, it's largely irrelevant. Let's just, I always do this from fresh as well. I haven't changed this coil for ages, so there we go. So that's the base. This monstrosity, which is like a double barrel shotgun, or single barrel shotgun I suppose, because there's not really a second barrel. That's the coil, that's the top, so we'll just move that out of the way. Just put that there. So, change the coil, very simple. Unscrew it like so. And it's obviously teaching you to suck eggs. Fling it in the bin and get a fresh one. Don't forget to recycle. But now, what I want to show you actually is something very important to look at. In the bottom, there is a little golden dot. I don't know if you can see that on the camera zoomed in. And that connects, it's a metal dot, it's not actually made of gold. Don't think you're going to make a fortune out of these. It connects to the bottom of this coil. Remember, it's an electric circuit is a vape kit. And so that means if you've got liquid and moisture in there, it can break the electric circuit, and it can mean you get a reduced performance on your kit. Sometimes it may not even connect. So if you've got a time when you press the button and it doesn't happen, always check to make sure there's a dry connection there. So that could be the problem. When I change the coil, get a bit of a tissue, just give it a little clean around, give it a little pamper, a little freshen up, treat it well and it will treat you well. So how do you know when to change the coil? Well, you've got these four whopping, I think it's four, 1, 2, 3, 4, could be, I could keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You've got these four windows that you can see the coil that's wrapped up in the cotton. Now, if that starts to go yellow and really dark, that's pretty normal because liquid tends to do that anyway. It's got the sweeteners in it, nicotine does it. But if it gets really dark, you've had it in there for a couple of weeks, it starts to lose its flavour, starts to taste burnt, it's harder to draw in, then it's probably a damn good sign that it's time to change the coil. If none of those things are happening, then crack on, carry on, it's fine. Why change things? Why spend money on coils if you don't need to? Now, as with any powerful kit, these aren't going to last as long as some of the starter style vapes, some of the mouth to lung vapes. It's because you put a lot more power through them. You put more power through them, the battery life dies quicker, you just put more work through them, and they're using thicker liquids, so they're working that much harder as well, particularly thicker liquids with lots more flavorings in them, so they don't last as long. Expect to get about a week out of these if you're lucky at a push, but that's in a nutshell. That's how to know when to change the coil. Does it taste burnt? Does it look all gammed up? Doesn't really matter if it's all gammed up and it tastes good. Is it hard to draw in, and have you lost the flavor experience? So when that happens, throw it in the bin. Don't forget to recycle. Give it a little clean out at the bottom of the tank. You can pull this whole thing apart. You're not breaking it, it's fine. It's all connected with little rubber bands to keep it tight and airtight. And if you do over tighten these things when you put them back in, just make sure that you tighten it in nicely and only hand tight. If you cross thread it, you're gonna have gaps where liquid can get through. It'll get into the bottom of the tank and it can leak out. And that's when you go, oh, my tank's leaking. And that's probably why. So that, very short and sweet. Let's put it back together again. So you haven't got to do it too tight. That's it. I'm going to pop the little tank on top of it, which will get pulled into place by the bottom of this. Has a little thread as well. And we're just going to tighten it up like so. This is where it won't work. That's it. And let's close the tank back up. Pop it back on top. Oh, don't know even why I'm doing this. Recipe to mess up the video. Don't forget to open the airflow again, otherwise it's going to taste burnt. Let the liquid sit in there, get it absorbed up, and start at a low level and you're good to go. And that's how you change the coil on a TFV Mini V2 tank or a TFV 12 or any of the TFV tanks. I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for watching.